Hello. In the interest of actually trying to practice for the marathon, I'm gonna do an intro and also try to commentate the run like I would during the actual event. So, start with an introduction. Hello, I am Redx Parasite, and I will be playing some Metroid Prime Randomizer for you today. If you're not familiar with Metroid Prime, in addition to the items that I will need to make progress, there are also 12 Chozo artifacts that I need to find in order to complete the game. Those are also in the randomized item pool, so will contribute to the routing challenge of the run, which is part of what I like about it. Adds an interesting little wrinkle to it. The Metroid Prime Randomizer, so using Randovania here, it also includes randomizers for Prime 2, Samus Returns Dread, and AM2R, so a bunch of different games all available through one application, which is pretty nice. But it does allow you to customize the experience pretty extensively. So you can, like, down to the room and down to specific tricks, tell it what you can and cannot do. So if there's a certain trick that you can do, it will add it into the potential logic. And if there's stuff that you know that you can't, then you can ensure that the seed will be completable without needing to do that trick. So it's a very approachable experience that you can tailor to your needs. So, without further ado, I think that's all I really wanted to say for the intro, so let's hop into it. Sure, I clicked into the right window here and we'll get started. Do a countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, I did a little early. Forgot I had to hit normal. Time is going to be like 2 seconds off. So one of the nice features of the randomizer is that you can skip the pirate frigate. So there's nothing there that would affect later stages of the game, so just elect to skip it. So I just did a trick called space jump first there by doing a combat dash, strafe, while locked onto that scan target and letting go in the middle of it. You can keep the added speed that you get from the acceleration, and it lets you do things that the developers did not intend. So I used it to get what would normally be the space jump there, but this time it was a missile, which unfortunately means we're gonna have to do the Hive Mecha Loop. So I'll just make my way over to that right now. Did take a quick little peek at what was behind the ship, and that is an artifact, so it's, you know, interesting piece of information. I guess what's nice about that is I don't have to get it right away. I will need to come back at some point to turn in the artifacts and go to the end of the game. So there's nothing important that I have to do right away and come back for. So I've got another missile up on that ledge. Not exactly what I want to be seeing early on in the seed. Look for progression items. So there's the Very Suit up on that ledge. That's very important. So I'll be locked to kind of the first two areas here, the Talon Overworld and Chozo Ruins, until I get the Various Suit, because the other two areas require you to go through Magmoor Caverns, which is a heated area, and saps your health very quickly if you don't have the Various Suit. So since it's up on that ledge, I could get it with either the Morph Ball or the Space Jump. So those are the two items that I'm definitely looking for the most right now. That's the Ice Spreader. That's the beam combo for the ice beam. It's not a required item, but is still really nice to have. I am waiting for the door to open, and I did not shoot it yet. I'm also trying to manage the tracker, which I'm not used to doing. Most of the time, I would not use a tracker for this game. There aren't too many items that you need to get for it. And, you know, the artifacts I just track on my own, so. Just doing the Hive Mecha fight here. It's a pretty simple affair. You just have to shoot all of the war wasps that come out, and then it'll open up its weak point for you to shoot. Do that 3 times, rinse and repeat. And that's the fight. You can get some of them as they come out, and if you're lucky with your timing, you can also shoot them mid-flight. Make it go a little bit faster. So unfortunately, we got another missile here on this one, so we're hoping for Morph Ball like right here. That would be nice. That is not what we got. Which unfortunately means we're doing the walk of shame back out through all the rooms that we just came through. And the worst part is I don't even get any new checks on the way back because all I have are missiles. So at this point, I think I might actually need to go back to the artifact temple, which I should have done in retrospect just right after, since I got missiles as the first item. All you need to access the artifact temple is missiles. Because I can check what's over on Vanilla Morph Ball location. Like Ruin Shrine here. That is doable. Although I might not be able to get it unless it is Morph Ball or the Space Jump. So see if we get lucky here. It is Space Jump. Okay, so we can over this. Although it means I'll actually have to do this fight sequence. It's not hard, just a little bit time consuming. Yeah, normally, well, I might have been able to skip the trigger if I did scan damage. Retrospect, maybe I should have tried doing that. But it's too late for that now. Hello there. Plated beetle. Please charge at me. Or you could just stand there and die. That works too. So, space jumps. That's going to be very helpful. It's one of those movement abilities that is pretty handy, especially in the early game, because it opens up a lot of checks for you and just makes getting around a lot easier as well. So, heading back out to the Great Plaza. So, the reason space jump is so important in the early game is I'm going to get 3 checks in Main Plaza here, just with this one item. Because there's that missile expansion, which normally would require boost ball, but you can just jump it because it's not that tall. This one, you're normally supposed to take that whole loop to get, but you can also just use the space jump to get to. And finally, there's a missile up here. I don't know what happened with my height on that jump. That's very weird. That normally would require the grapple beam, but once again, you guessed it. You can just jump to. So, fortunately, I'm still without the Morph Ball, and that's going to become a problem very soon. So I'm going to just mark off the things we just got on the tracker. I head to the temple first. Pretty likely that Morph Ball is there. There's like one, I guess technically two other checks that I could get to without Morph Ball at this point. Although, thinking about it a little bit more, I could get to at least one more. You know, possibly 5. Number's going to keep going up, and it's going to be a moot point, hopefully, coming up here. This door takes a really long time to load. I think just because there's a lot of stuff to load here at the temple. Alright, the moment of truth. It is the Morph Ball. And it's actually a good thing that I came here anyways, because there are hints here to the locations of all of the artifacts, so I'm going to be taking note of those in a very high-tech fashion of writing them in a notepad. So I don't forget anything. Magmoor workstation. Fiery Shores. So far, nothing too terrible. Just Ruins Vault. All right. Life Grove Tunnel. That one is a little bit farther to get to. Still not too bad, though. Okay, there's the landing site one. Knew that was going to show up at some point because I already saw it. Training chamber. Okay, so that's going to require grapple. Need that at some point. Ice Ruins West. So that's a plasma beam check. Elite control access. That is one that I was hoping not to see. If I'm remembering correctly, I believe that is the room after Omega Pirate. It's usually an energy tank there. Quarantine monitor. It's furnace. This is actually a relatively even distribution of artifact locations compared to some of the recent seeds that I've gotten. Metroid Quarantine B. That is another one that is pretty deep in mines. So, you know, it was inevitable that I would have to go down there, but at least, you know, now I have 2 reasons to go down there instead of just 1. So it seems like we'll be going the distance here. Visiting all of the areas. We've got at least 1 confirmed boss. Flagra and Thardis. Maybe, maybe not. It all depends on if they have anything important actually on them. Good news is I know there aren't any artifacts on there, so unless I have a good reason to believe that there's an item, I will try to avoid them. Oop, okay, we didn't make that jump. Let's see, nope, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, so if the artifact's on the tracker, I think I'll just I'm gonna click on a random one. It doesn't really matter. Technically, each artifact corresponds to a specific piece on it, but I just need the overall total to match. So I'm going out here to the crashed frigate just to peep at what this is. That's the wave beam. We want that. I'm glad that I came over here. It's honestly really good to have that pretty early, so need to do a slope jump in the water to get enough height here, so there we go. So you can boost your height by jumping off slopes in and out of water. There are benefits to both. Can be particularly helpful in water though, especially when you don't have the gravity suit to allow you to do jumps that you would normally not be able to. So that is a good find. The way the game is structured for casual playthroughs, you can get through a fair amount of Talon and Chozo without any beams, and Magmoor as well. You're supposed to get the wave beam in the Phendrana ruins, so there's a point where you get gated from a fair portion of that. Do I want to get that right now? I need to find bombs. Maybe another important thing. I'll go back and check this. Just in case it is something good. But yeah, so like wave beam is the first one that you kind of need. And then there's more stuff that's gated through. I'm just gonna try like a trick here, and if I don't get it, it's not a big deal. This isn't my main objective right now. Oh yeah, I shorted that. But Ice Beam is the next one. A section of Phendrana that it unlocks, and then you also need it for getting into the crashed frigates. It's basically required for getting anywhere in mines too. Yeah, I think you need it to just straight up get into mines. I think both entrances will require you to get anywhere. So, fortunately, just a missile down there at that elevator passage. So, back to Chozo we go. So, I know it's just an energy tank over there, but go over and pick it up anyways. At least in the early game, having a little bit more health will be nice. I don't really need too much health throughout the duration of the game, but I could do I could actually do that one check at the bottom of the Tower of Light. What do I think of it? Alright, let's go for it. Nothing stopping us, why not? But yeah, well, I mean, I know I'm gonna have to go to mines eventually. And I would like to have more than one energy tank for that. I mean, like, at least 3. You know, more if I can get them. So, that's another instance of using a slope jump. Get that. I am, unfortunately, 2 missile packs short of being able to get what's at the top of the Tower of Light. What I could do, though, is I can check to see what it is. Since you only need to break 1 set of blocks to do that. So, to wait through the cutscene so that we actually see the item. So, energy tank probably not worth coming back for. But now we know. And knowing is half the battle. So, fortunately, we'll have to just press onwards. We can't do any of the stuff in the Hive Mecha Loop. Because all of the checks there require bombs, which I do not yet have. So we're going to press onwards in hope of finding them. I'm not sure why I unmorphed there. There was no reason to. So, missile in there. It's a good sign. There was something important in there. Would need Spider Ball and probably defeating Flagra in order to get that. So, better to see something that I don't need there. At least, you know, until I get more of the items. So. Next big area to target is going to be Watery Hall, so there's something here. So that's the charge beam. Not strictly required, at least until I get to some of the super missile checks. So obviously can't use super missiles without being able to charge a beam first. But it's also important for dealing damage to certain things. I won't be able to get by with regular shots or missiles on everything. And that is the flamethrower. So that's the beam combo weapon for the plasma beam. Unfortunately, since I don't have bomb, I can't go over and check Dynamo yet. Try to get through her without taking too much damage, because I'm going to take a little dip in the acid. This is part of the reason why I wanted to get that extra energy tank. I can do this with, like, it's possible with, like, 100 HP, like, without any tanks. Not a very comfortable thing to do. So, having at least 1 is preferable to make it a little bit safer, and then 2 is just, like, okay, I can afford to make some mistakes. And, of course, there was an energy tank in there, which, definitely helps. So, we'll be running into a roadblock here. So, kind of in the uncomfortable position of this is a one-way drop, so you need bombs to be able to get out. Obviously, I don't have bombs yet, so it makes going down there a pretty risky proposition. Definitely something you want to save before doing. But it's also possible that the bombs won't be there. So, gonna make the executive decision here to look elsewhere first. That, you know, may or may not be a good idea. That's, you know, part of the fun of the randomizer. You have to make choices, and sometimes you make the wrong ones. But given that there are other places that I can go, right now I'm going to elect to try those places first. And if it ends up being there, you know, I'll look stupid, but C'est la vie. So, really annoyingly, there is one check in the beginning of Magmoor Caverns that you can get without bombs. But if you don't have bombs, and this is like any kind of bombs, so if you have power bombs, you can get past it. But there's a wall that requires you to have some kind of bomb, and if you don't have one, you just have to turn around. Or more likely, that ends up being the case here. The randomizer does add a feature of being able to warp back to the starting room, which in this case is landing site. So you'll see me make use of that if I don't end up finding bombs right here. Does help make this a little bit more palatable. Still not a great place for the bombs to be. That being said, they have been here before. Honestly, that I did. And it was not fun arriving to that realization. So, grapple beam. Alright, well, it's not bombs, but considering that I knew that I needed it for the seed, that is still a decent find. Although, I think I will still need the boost ball to actually get the artifact. So, making use of the warp feature here. Starting room. Let's see if I can mark off that I got the grapple beam. Oh, and the charge beam, actually. That's what happens when the game doesn't have a lot of built-in downtime. Does not help that the item pickup dialog boxes have been removed. Okay, so I think right now my options boil down to yeah, I can't. Oh, that would be mean. That would be so rude. Hate that that's a fact. Like that's a check that just opened up to me. So, I'm gonna go to Magmoor from the other side. In theory, there are more checks that I can get that way that would be available going back to Chozo Ruins. No, don't do this to me. All right, well I can do part of this. So this is the upper area of Root Cave. Normally the game would expect you to have the X-ray visor. At this point, I completely missed the platform. However, if you know where the platforms are, so you can see there's like rain dropping on this one. I totally like overshot that one. So, yeah, I was shooting like the third one. If you know where they are, nothing stopping you from just hitting them. Fortunately, it was just a little bit shy on that one. And of course, you can also use shots to locate the platforms as well. So generally, try to use like a combination of them. And got rewarded with a missile expansion. Not really what I was hoping to find, but it's also worth noting that I don't have this trick in logic, so that realistically was not going to be bombs. But, you know, there's a chance that it could have been something else later in progression. Alright, time to make our foray into Magmoor Caverns. There's actually a decent amount of stuff that I can get in here without needing bombs. First of which... Okay. This is going to be an artifact. So this is Fiery Shores. So I know this is not going to be a progression item. But, fortunately for me, my bombless state right now, don't actually need it. Wait. Oh, it's the other one. Never mind. Forgot that that was actually part of this room. Just a bit unfortunate. That one requires power bombs, which I'll need for later in the seed anyways, but I'm about to go and check the thing above it. I'm gonna take care of you guys so you don't be a nuisance. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna be falling down anyways. I can just do this first. Since I'm here, so. Obviously not the intended solution of jumping up that, it's just faster. As a goal. So normally, you would need a boost ball, but if you jump up here and then do a combat dash, one of the puffers down there, you can just skip that, and bombs are here. So there you go. There's an example of I put some tricks in logic, and the game made me use them. So now that I've done that, to figure out what I want to do for my future routing plan. So we'll go and grab this, you know, with our newly acquired bombs. It's just a missile, but still reasonably helpful there. So let's put the bombs on. So can't get the Hall of the Elders one. Training chamber I'm still waiting for boost ball on. Can get the vault one. Furnace is iffy, although I can go and check that. Fiery Shores thing I can't get. I can't get the artifacts in either of those locations either. That puts me in an enviable position. So, like, in order to effectively get any of the artifacts that I'm looking for, I need some more progression items. So we just got to start checking things. So since I'm already here, I'm gonna go into Phendrana. If I end up needing to back out, then I'll probably get the stuff like in Magmoor on the way out instead of just teleporting out. But yeah, it's handy to be able to do. Let's actually check what's over here first. Missile. Well, I don't think it's not a missile up here. Scan it and see what it is. Ice beam. So we need supers. And spider, actually. So starting to get a little bit of insight on the progression in the seed. Got a fair amount of checks to churn through, so could be in a number of places. Nothing important there yet. I won't be able to get the item that's over here, but I can see what it is. It's a power bomb expansion, so it's a decent piece of information. If I still don't have power bombs by the time I get Spider Ball, I can get some here. Because I do need them to complete the seed. That can dovetail pretty nicely with getting that artifact in Fiery Shores. So I'll go and do Fintrona Canyon first. So I know that's an artifact over there. I won't need to actually go over and check it. I'll be able to get into the pirate labs. Unfortunately, without the ice beam, I won't be able to just exit out the other side. But one of my progression items is in there, then not much I can do about that. Ooh, that is supers. So that's one ingredient. Did that Sheegoth like snipe me? That's kind of funny. So don't have boost ball yet, but you can just make that jump. Actually getting some missile ammos. A good idea. Gonna be doing some combat here coming up in the labs, and right now, kind of spamming missiles is going to be my best quick way of dealing with things. I jumped into that hole completely on accident because I wasn't, you know, looking where it was going. So I had an uncomfortable thought. I have all of the things that I need to get into Thardis's room. So that is on the table. So ideally, I don't need to go and do Thardis. And I can just get in through the backside. Ooh, okay, boost ball. Very nice. Also, that's interesting. You generally shouldn't be able to unmorph there. It was like right on the lip. I just realized I wouldn't be able to get like that deep into labs without boost ball, so that was the very opportune find right there. There's a way to avoid boost ball in labs, but I'm not well versed in it, so it's not something that I would have gone for. So hopefully we'll be able to find Spider Ball in mines. It has pirates in the labs here. All right, get some missiles back. That'd be great. Okay, doing fine on missiles. Yeah, boost ball is a very nice thing to have because it just speeds up the general movement, especially when you have like all of these transition tunnel rooms in which it is the optimal form of movement. I try not to fight everything here if I can. One on the ground doesn't really need to be dealt with. These ones are just kind of convenient to deal with. So the nice thing about having supers before we get here is grab that. It's unfortunately just a missile. Alright. Get some more missiles back, and so this is one of the things that like being able to skip boost ball is really nice for. Setting up the observatory in the correct state here does take a little bit of time. Just gotta bomb these 2 bomb slots, and then there are 4 spinners on the ground there that you have to activate as well. Get in the spinner. So pushes out this platform and this platform. Normally you wouldn't be able to make the jump without it, so. Prognosis not the best so far. Still 4 more checks though, so all hope is not lost. So I'm gonna try to be careful here. So there's a fight trigger that's right outside this door. There's barely enough space for you to squeeze through the door and over the gap. So I'm going to do a little sequence break here. Normally you'd need to have plasma beam in order to get this, but if you just jump over the barrier in just the right way, you can fire a missile at it and skip needing it. So pretty convenient, because it means you don't have to have plasma for doing the labs run here. Alright, so coming up here is going to be best indicator of anything good. Oh, okay, well, that happened. Metroid, I did that to myself, because Metroid was readying to do the charge, and I just walked right into it. Okay, so you're just down there, clicking to come up. So it's one of them. Okay, there's the thermal visor. So I guess thermal visor is not strictly required. Anything that you might need it for, you can do without it, including Thardus. Now, if I have to do Thardus, it will certainly make things easier. But it's also just nice to have, because it is required, not required, but it helps with the final boss. Makes use of all the different visors. So it's something that, you know, frequently you get through a seed, you haven't found it yet. It's like, well, it's probably gonna take more time to find it than I'll save by having it. So getting it this early is somewhat nice. I don't have to worry about skipping it. So, since the... Oh, right. Oh, fun. Oh, cool. So, to deal with, like, the awkward position of... normally, if you get the item that's on the thermal visor, which I checked, and, you know, obviously it's a missile and I don't need it, that would change the trigger for that room, because there's a fight with pirate arrow troopers on the way back. Since I didn't do that, had to avoid the trigger again. Not exactly practice at doing so. There's one more check here in Phendrana. I guess 2 if you count that. deliberating, like, do I just leave? I mean, I could save warp out. That's what I was thinking about. But if I want to get the items in Magmoor too, I could save warp out, or I could just try to get things on, just walk out. Fortunately, still kind of in limbo with the routing at this point. Yeah, there's no obvious, like, oh, I should definitely do this now or go this way. Really trying to find Spider Ball and get the ice beam. That seems like the most obvious way forward is getting that. As much as I don't like it, I think I'm just gonna end up doing Thardus. If you're worried about being able to get out at the Spider Ball, don't be. I have Grapple Beam. You can hit the grapple targets from the ground if you jump. We're doing this like with pretty much vanilla items. Only thing that, you know, I wouldn't normally have is grapple. So, given that I don't have something, did that actually not damage it enough? I guess I did delay the bomb. Nope. Okay, no, we got it. Okay. Having thermal will be nice, just because I don't have, you know, some more powerful beams to work with. Like, you know, plasma makes really quick work with Thardus. Although, as I discovered fairly recently, if you just lay bombs well, when Thardus does the roll-up attack here, that will make the segment that you need to target visible. I've never had it fail. It basically worked every time, so that does make doing this fight thermalless a lot easier, because I'm pretty sure Thardus does that attack most of the time after you break one of the segments. See, it's like, okay, yeah, sure, we'll do that attack again. It is possible to hit the rock while it's rolling, but it's kind of hard to do. No reason not to try, but I don't really expect to get it. Although this one's a lot easier to hit. Putting me in an awkward position here, Thardus. For whatever reason, the ones on his head are harder to hit. When it's like reeling back to do attacks, so. Kind of a wonky hitbox there. It's like they're kind of getting blocked right now. So, almost there, or we're getting there. There's one more segment to go. You know what? I preserved my super missile. Although, not a lot of HP on that one. Kind of surprised. Are you doing it again? Well, hopefully I can get enough damage in here that super will finish him off. Oh my, stop blocking my shots! I had like 3 supers like miss or get blocked. Well, that is unfortunate. So, hey, I can get an artifact. Yeah. Woo! We're making progress. Only, you know, 2 artifacts so far and only 50 minutes in. Well, the good news is there's another one like right outside here. One downside of me going this way is like I'll get this artifact, I'll end up back up in Magmoor, but I didn't really factor in the like the Mother Sheegoth fight. So that's something to think about. Can I? Oh, you can see it like just in between the wall. It's big enough. That's kind of funny. This is fortunately a check that you can just look at before going to get it. Of course, I know that there's an artifact there from the hint, so there wasn't really much of a need. But I did also just sort of see it, even without getting that close. Alright. So this is actually realistically my only way out without save warping after going into Thardus's room. But that's okay. Wanted to end up this side anyways. Now, if I had Ice Beam, I could check what's up on the Plasma Beam, but alas. Just pass that up for now. So, don't necessarily need grapple to go through these areas, but it does make it a heck of a lot easier, so. Would normally need Spider Ball to go through there, but going back this way is really easy. It's possible to go the other way, but not necessary. Now, you know what I can do? I'll go and get the 2 checks here in Magmoor because I wanted to do that, and then I can go in to the Sheegoth area and look at that check, and then just warp out after that. Unless it just happens to be Spider Ball, in which case, of course, I'm going for the Ice Beam. Very, very much want that. This has definitely been one of the more challenging seeds that I've had recently, so let's crack this open. Missile. Pretty easy to grab though, so I'll go ahead and grab it anyways. Normally you would need to have X-ray, but you can just make that jump, so it's pretty easy. That is not what I wanted to see. At this point, it's very likely that what I'm looking for is going to be in Chozo Ruins somewhere. No, no, they took me around the other way too. Let me out, let me out. Unfortunately, what's been happening is there's a bunch of artifacts that I sort of passed by, but haven't been able to grab because I didn't have the right items for it. So, time to make the trek back in. Basically only this one check. It's the only thing that I can realistically get. Alright. Let's see. Got a couple more artifacts. Oh, camera's doing some fun stuff there. I'm sure I'd like the fastest way to get to there is. Well, now that I fell down, it's gonna be this way. The unfortunate thing about this one is that it's a very time-intensive check to go through like 3 different rooms. They all have some pretty lengthy stuff that you need to do to get through them. So for this room, you have to activate this bomb slot to open the door. And then in the next one, you have to bomb these pillars to clear the way. Which hopefully I can do fast. So if you play your bombs right by running out, you can use the 2 bombs on the pillar and do the thing to get out before the metal box comes back. So that's saves quite a bit of time. So unfortunately, it was just a missile. So the good news is you can check that one without having to do the fight, which is nice, but you still do have to get all that way just to look at it, which is a bit unfortunate. So, have to quit out now. Yeah, what was really unfortunate about how the routing for this is going to work out is I had to leave after, you know, getting supers, because supers were close to where I wanted to go. But the spider ball was not. And Fortunately, that means I'm gonna have to go all the way back in there once I get it. No real way around that. How ironic would it be if Spider Ball was in Main Plaza right here? That would make me happy, but also very sad. That would effectively force this route I've taken. Well, good news. Now the big question is, where is it going to be here in the ruins? So, oh, there's a power bomb. That's good. Does allow me to get like one more thing here. Unfortunately, we're coming back here to an area that I sort of neglected. Because I didn't have bombs yet. You know, I'm at the point where, like, if I have some easy to get missiles, then sure, but I have enough that I don't really need to get them if they're inconvenient. But I could have come back and gotten that check there as soon as I got bombs, but elected not to, since it's already sort of neck deep in Magmoor at that point. So we're gonna go back around and complete the loop, grab the artifact that's in the vaults on our way through. No, come back. I should just be like unmoored for this, because piston is usually not low enough for you to just get on it when you first enter. A little minor optimization there. I broke the grid on the second one, doing the double bomb jump to the highest one. Just wait. Cutscene takes forever to activate on this one. So there's another artifact that I need to mark off. It's the vault. So the nice thing is that, you know, because I waited, I can get all the stuff in the training chamber now, because I have a power bomb for the wall. So get 2 checks and an artifact out of that. Okay, well, I've officially got more energy than I need. Okay, so this is our other chance to get something. And there you go. So, yeah, needed... Well, I mean, we got Wave Beam a long time ago, but... needed Grapple. Needed Wave. So, I mean, Grapple... I technically could have come back and gotten this before I did some of that stuff, but definitely wasn't the most accessible. Oh, what am I doing? I have supers. Like, oh, I don't have, oh, wait, I can't get, I have Spider Ball now. What am I thinking? It's like, oh, wait, I can't get this without Spider Ball. And then I remembered. I have Spider Ball. It's like, I've got the power. I actually would not have been able to get this if it wasn't there. But fortunately for me, it was. So, I don't need to leave that. Well, you know what? This will be faster. That's the wrong one. Let me just mark off that I got this. Training chamber. So if it's artifacts in Hall of the Elders, I'll need Ice Beam for that. So I think realistically it makes most sense to just go and get that right away. So, fastest way to do that at this point, I think, is going to be through Talon. So let's see. Oh, I didn't have Morph Ball marked. Whoopsie daisy, but I've got all of the Morph Ball related upgrades now. All right, I've gotten Flamethrower. There we go. Mark that off. It's there. It's official. The Flamethrower, do not care about. It's not great. Oops, okay, did not lock dash there. So, fortunately, I don't think I've seen any other things that are really important that require Spider Ball. Ice Beam is obviously important, but nothing else that screams like, hey, go this way. So there's that one Powerbomb expansion I could grab. Until I find the actual Powerbombs, Powerbomb expansions are pretty valuable. Because only working with one is not fun. You can do it, but getting the game to give you Powerbomb drops is not a fun experience. There's the artifact. Alright, back to Phendrana. So, there is stuff that I could get in Phendrana with the Ice Beam. However, I think I could probably string together a better route through Chozo and get over to the other side of Talon, the one that's there. And I could start looking through mines. That is an option. Might have to if I don't have luck in Chozo Ruins. Biggest thing that I need right now is the plasma beam, because that will be required for mines, although we'll also need to find the X-ray visor too, because I have to do that. Oops. I was not expecting to get hit with that cutscene, but yeah, I never actually went back this way after completing Phendrana Cannon. Hey, can you like not just knock me into the door? What am I even doing right now? I don't know. I think I just autopiloted into progressing through Phendrana. Yeah, I think probably the best thing to do for time is just warp back to Talon. Did I do the input wrong? Probably let go of something and didn't realize it. Should have everything that I need to clear out. Let's see, 1, 2, 3 artifacts. So that's something. Should probably replenish my missiles at the ship here. No, I didn't actually mark that I got the ice beam. I'll do that once I get to the elevator. Okay, ice beam gets. Okay, that's like really dim for whatever reason. The spider ball one. So pretty much, I'm just gonna go through and get to the other side of Chozo Ruins. I'm gonna hold off on doing Flagra until I have a firm reason to believe that it's necessary. I can do the dynamo checks. I should probably probably do that. I am at that stage where I can't really afford to be too picky about what I check, because I'm looking for items and I just need to find them. But the good news is I'll be able to get both of the checks here. Alright. Spider ball track, do you have something good? No. Unfortunately, ending up in a situation where I might be like in Deep Phendrana somewhere, like they might be in mines. So the seed is trending towards the lengthier direction by sheer virtue of the fact that I'm not finding the items quickly. Oops, let's grab you. All right, incinerator drone. You better not let me down. You know, what if you were guarding like plasma beam this whole time, and I just didn't come here to check it? Main power bomb. Not the most necessary thing, but it would have been nice to have. Alright, well, I've got plenty of time to mark that off. So I think I'm like one artifact short on the tracker. One more thing. One more cycle. Man. Alright. My mind is just running through all of the worst case scenarios right now. It's like, what if, you know, plasma beam is in, you know, crashed frigate and I need gravity suit. And, you know, gravity suit is somewhere in mines or something. Not a great look. Alright, so time to see if we're gonna have a good time or a potentially bad time. Okay, so good, potentially good news. So we got the artifact. What I was hoping would be there, because now the other check in this room isn't important, then I don't have to get him. Kind of hoping that this is like just a missile. It is just a missile. Crisis has been averted. Alright. What are you? Do not care. Alright, so made it to the Hall of the Elders. And I didn't make the jump. That was tragic. I know you're there. Annoying thing about the end of that fight is the cutscene just moves you into position there, so no matter what you're trying to do there, the game will stop you. Like, hey, look at this statue. Don't you want to look at the statue? It's a very important statue. So, gonna unlock the way forward first. Go in here, scan this. Now I can get up here without having to do that whole rigmarole again. That totally should have counted. Where did that bomb go? Okay, so Hall of the Elders, Furnace. That's 2 more. Now, unfortunately, won't be able to check the last one. No plasma beam. It's on Ice Beam, just a missile. So I'm gonna go this way just because there's one check over yonder. Want to grab that. So, yeah, I think, you know, unless I just manage to find everything I need in or around the Life Grove or Great Tree Hall, probably going to end up doing top half of mines to look for stuff. Yep, don't care. The prognosis is not looking great. The worst part is I need to find X-ray visor before I can fully do deep mines. All right, you know, cross your fingers. Hope there's something good around here. Yeah, you can see it clipping through. Alright, Life Grove. Not off to a great start. I think I did that a little bit too early if I wanted to get another one to spawn, but that's okay. Oh. Okay, so Phazon Suit is a necessary progression item. It's required to beat the game. As in, you can't deal damage to the last phase of the final boss without it. It's absolutely essential. Fortunately, only gets you like one check in Deep Mine, so it's not that useful in that sense, but it's still something that I need to get. Now I won't have to like hunt for it later. Doing a terrible job of getting this art jump. That should do. There we go. Okay, so now I get to do a not so fun trick to get into mines here. So normally you're supposed to come from the other way. There's just a spinner on the other side of this that you activate and it makes these bars go away. But there is just enough space at the top of the bars here that you can fit through with the morph ball. But it's a little particular. Not only do you have to get up and in it, and I'm gonna fall down. That's okay. Getting over the bars is the hard part. But you have to, you know, do the double bomb jump in, you know, roughly the right position. It's not like super precise, but it's precise enough that, you know, can be kind of annoying. Then you also have to like land on the bar and then boost over before you get pushed back. Because, you know, the bars are cylinders, and you're on the side of it, you'll slide off because you're a ball. So I don't think I'll need to use that, but you never know. I'm really hoping that they're both here, because the last thing I want to do is go through this area and then need to like leave and come back. Nope. Okay. This jump always throws me for a loop. Doesn't seem like it should be that hard. Yep. There we go. So, fun fact about these pirates, until you activate the trigger, they're just standing there. Alright, time to see. How screwed am I? That's the plasma beam. On a scale of 1 to need this, the answer is yes. So, Actually really good to get that first because there is a check that requires it coming right up. Okay, that's just a normal door. Okay, I have to check something. Okay, I can't see the room name until I actually get there. I know most of the room names, but like every so often I will get them mixed up. Go around the ramp? Trying to surprise me. You're not dead yet. I hate it when they need just like one more shot. Alright, so time to see what's on Flamethrower. This check isn't terribly fun just because you need power bombs, you need plasma beam. And then you have to go all the way up there, scan this panel, come back all the way down, and you get a gravity suit for it. I am going to be really annoyed if, like, this is required. Because something important is in Crash Frigate. Although, at this point, the only thing that could be is the X-ray visor. It's actually the last major upgrade that I don't have. So, just hoping that, you know, I find it here while I'm going through mines. Security. So, the elite pirates have a little problem with their AI, where they need to see you before they'll actually start fighting you. So, as long as you're not directly in their line of sight when they emerge, they'll just keep turning to try to face you. And, you know, it makes them really easy to take out. That's not the right panel. That is not the right panel either. That is the right panel. I don't know why those didn't activate sooner. Alright, come on, pirates. Nope, don't scan the health. Did I get the one? I did not get that one. Okay, so I'm gonna move this a little bit forward. I don't think I can peek this without X-ray. Nope. I'll actually just have to use the laser. I really hope I didn't take it too far there. Oh, we're good. Not what I wanted to see. Still got a fair number of checks to walk through here, but would really like to find it before going deeper in mines. Okay, so coming in here the normal way, so I'll have to deal with these hooligans. There we go. I have all the tools that I need to set the tower up to its final state, but unless I did some kind of difficult jumps, need to go through the normal sequence in order to get it set up the right way. Once it's set up, however, I don't need to touch it. That's very nice. Actually, once I get to this level here, yeah, I don't care about you. I can just grapple up to this level. So, you know what? Never mind. I don't need to do the rest of it. Before I go, check what's on grapple beam. It's wave buster. Literally another thing I do not care about. This is really turning into like 100% seed. Didn't have all of the beam combos. That's pretty rare. Thank you for the follow, Rose Capybara. Let's see. I can mark off that I got the wave buster. Woo! Oh, I'm dumb. Okay. Yeah, see. So actually, I don't need to do Omega Pirate, which is good. That also means that I don't need to find the X-ray visor. All right, stop showing me the hand. Let me show you the door. So theoretically, I can finish. That's an energy tank. I can finish the seed, but I will have to do some of the lower mine stuff without the X-ray visor. I want to do that. Which at this point, it might be worth it. Keep doing checks along the way here. But I don't need it then. No, I don't need it. That's a missile. Okay. I think I only need that if I want to use the save point. I'm sure this door is not locked, so. we'll skip that, and you know we're taking a plunge into the great unknown. Alright, so I think to make things easier on myself, I'm just gonna like take all the enemies out. So they're not getting in my way. So I'm gonna have to like shoot to find platforms, and that's not gonna be fun if I'm under duress. Go. There's one. Where is the other? Nope. There it is. I think it's at like the bad point in its cycle though. So there we go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Does help that I have a general idea of where the platforms are. Oh, there you are. Okay, what's over there? A missile. Do not care. So, man, I have a tough decision to make, because I'm gonna get the artifact here, and then could warp out. So like walking out's gonna be kind of annoying. I'm gonna have to go all the way back to Ice Ruins West, though. Weighing two options, and neither of them are all that appealing. So this should be Metroid Quarantine A. Nope, Fungal Hall A. Never mind. Okay, it should be that next room. Metroid Quarantine A is before the elevator. It's the one that I just went through. And then B should be the one coming up. Because, like, I'm really deep in mines at this point. And if I want to get out quickly, I'd probably just have to go through Omega Pirate's room and fight him anyway. So, oh, it's that one. Okay. Not that that really changes much, because that's where the save point is anyways. You made my shot miss. I am failing very spectacularly at this jump. I promise it's not hard. Clear you two goons out. Yeah, I think I'll just take the save warp. Not ideal, but I was already pretty deep in here by the time I got plasma, so. Not much to do other than Should head back for the last one. So, yeah, it's looking pretty likely that it's going to be over 2 hours, but still well within I have set for the estimate, which is good because this wasn't a great seed. Could still absolutely get worse than this, but I'm not going to entertain that bot. Yeah, not really much to add at this point. Just making a beeline for the artifact, and then at least I have the benefit of save warping out. I feel like the number of save warps that I use is a pretty good indicator of how good or bad a seed is. I've definitely save warped a lot more in this seed than I usually do. Okay. Yeah, because this is definitely a pretty long walk, but I feel like when you factor in Omega Pirate battle time, I don't know if the other way would have been better. They're very iffy. I think despite my pessimism, this might be closer to 2 hours than I thought. Should actually look at the timer for once and see roughly how long the ending takes me. That way I can more reliably predict, okay, this is how long the seed is going to be once I am in go mode. Did I let go of the things. Gotta hold. There we go. We'll be foregoing X-ray visor on this seed, but I am at that point where I don't think it's worth it. What happened to my jump there? That was like weirdly short. Alright, Meta Ridley time. No, I didn't mark off the thing on the tracker. I can do that when I get to the cutscenes. Yeah, the first half of this fight is like pretty consistent. Just do enough damage and then, you know, flies off. And now we wait. Because really, doesn't matter how much damage I do. Ridley has this funny bug where Boost Ball does like 50,000 damage per frame or something ridiculous to him. So immediately just deletes his health bar until you get to the 25% phase. So, oh, I'm good. So really, we're just trying to get lucky and get some of those free openings. Fortunately, I was able to get one of the hard to get ones. There's a very slim opening right when he opens his mouth, like that. Oh, cool. It's not damageable. No, I missed my opening. Do another one. Four for 4 on those? I'm goated. That is not easy to hit. So, in the impact crater here now, and coming to the realization that could still finish in under 2 hours. Think I made that jump too early, didn't I? Yep. Alright, well this is gonna get a heck of a lot more awkward. You're not supposed to be there. So, trying to lead the fish and Metroid here close to the other one so I can just kill them both at the same time. Don't have to worry about them for the remainder of the room. So, see, like, they're both here for the party. It's great. They do infinitely respawn, so I don't want to spend too much time here. You can see they're already back. So hopefully EXO is nice. So 2 phases that I'm looking for are power and ice. And you know, once plasma's in the rotation, that one's not too bad either. Power beam and ice beam are the ones where the beam combos are actually good. So super missile, like one super missile isn't quite enough to cycle. You need like another charge shot and maybe a few additional shots on top of it, but still a relatively short cycle. Ice beam will just completely delete that part of the health bar, so wave beam is the one that we don't want, just because of the beams, you know, only power does less raw damage, and wave doesn't really have a good special to make up for it. Like, you can use Wave Buster, but it takes almost 40 missiles to go through a cycle. And that is very inefficient when you compare it to, like, the 5 that a super requires or 10 that Ice Spreader does. So, I am unfortunately in a bit of a pickle here, so let's see, we should... it's really unfortunate. So we got ice on a bad cycle there. It is possible to deal a little bit of extra damage as Metroid Prime is charging you. So you can either do it like during the initial charge here, because it's it's like right near the end is vulnerable. I prefer to do it on the turnaround. Gives you a little bit more time to line it up and time it. Especially because like hitting the ice spreader is a pretty tight window. So some of the attacks, you know, I'd say most of them aren't really that bad. The one where it spawns those 2 orbs is definitely the one you don't want to see, because if you don't deal with those, they'll hit you, they do a lot of damage, they stun you for a while. It's just all around not a good time. So obviously, like with you know, power and ice, you know, you get either, you know, most of the next cycle or all of the next cycle in the case of ice. So you can just kind of chew through the health bar that way. And I am getting the orb attack a lot. Best way to deal with that is just firing 2 missiles in your power beam. So this one hasn't been all bad. I've just been getting like really poorly timed ice cycles. This is also the point where Metroid Prime will just start changing beams on a whim, which can work in your favor, can work against you. So should end this cycle pretty soon. There's the orbs again. This one's not as bad because to wait out the charge anyways. Be something good. Oh my goodness. Prime is really liking the orbs today. Wants to ponder them. So that's excellent. So this is gonna be kind of tight. All depends on if core is nice to me or not. And also if I can, you know, get a 3 cycle. I haven't been too good at hitting that. I've been getting close, but just barely missing it. And of course, you know, 4 cycle is a 4 cycle. It doesn't matter how good the first 3 cycles of it were. And of course, I'm working without one of the visors here, so I'm firing blind here, so it's like over there. And I am... Where are you? This is the downside of skipping one of the visors. I completely whiffed that cycle because I could not find where core was. So yeah, I'm not even going to get the thing. So what you want to do with the puddles is you can cancel attacks. So, like, Metroid Prime is programmed to do a specific number of attacks and movements. It is kind of random how many you get, but you can go through the cycles faster. You jerk. You go through the cycles faster if you cancel some of the attacks. Doesn't guarantee that, you know, you'll get a long cycle. Like, I'm still getting a pretty long cycle anyways. Oh, are you kidding me? Alright, well there goes the 2, like sub 2 hours. So I was really hoping not to get... You moved. Metroid Prime can just switch between visors at will. So it always cycles through in the same order, so it's combat visor, extra visor, thermal visor,
And it decided to cycle. Wait, did you? Oh my god. That's really annoying. So it has just decided to advance in the cycle twice, which is really annoying because it means I have to deal with the visor where I can't see again. So after this one, it'll go into combat visor, which I will be able to see. But then it'll be another extra visor cycle, so... I am also getting really horrible luck on the pool spawns, like... You wanna know what the worst part is? This could potentially be a 3 cycle. I'm pretty sure, like, I'm in good enough position with where the health is. And it's going into the one I can't see next. I just need to get into position here, like, as soon as possible, and then... Oh my god, it's... Yeah, I didn't find it until it was too late. Basically, like, if you don't find it immediately, while it's still close to the puddle, your chance of hitting it is, not good. Why are you just moving, like, right over where I am? Alright, well, at least I'll still be able to see, and it's not gonna... Oh my goodness. This is definitely, like, the worst luck to skill that I've had on this phase of the boss. And quite, you're kidding me. I feel like this is gonna be longer than phase 1. Like, we're getting to that point. Are you joking? Just lay the pool already. How many times is this? Like, there's always a warp. You're kidding me. No! No, you did that right before. It didn't even lay the pool. What is going on? What is this luck? It did. Oh, how many? It always roars before it lays the pool. I don't think I've ever seen it take this many. Is the bus broken? Like, what did I do? No, I'm just gonna, like, turn the other way. My goodness. Please, that's not enough. No. This is, like, unbelievable. Okay, this is like actually... Legitimately, I have never seen worse luck than this. Yay, we're finally at the fishing Metroids. Good riddance.
I'm gonna have to go back and like time that. See like how long did that take? Because that was horrible. All right, time to see where, you know, my salvation was. Where was the X-ray visor? It could have saved me from, you know, a good amount of that pain. It was the plasma beam. It's a pretty time-consuming one to get. Well, that sure was a seed. Three 148. I've had worse. Alright, well that is going to do it for me. Thank you for tuning in and watching my suffering. Probably be doing another one of these on Wednesday. And then the actual run during the marathon is going to be early Sunday afternoon. So thank you very much for watching and have a good night.